Picture this: a man standing firm, unbroken, while the world around him sharpens its knives and conspires to tear him down. His faith, his anchor, his courage, unshakable. His name, Daniel. And this is his story. Let me take you back to the ancient Persian Empire under the reign of King Darius. The Persian Empire wasn't just big, it was massive. Think of it as the superpower of its day. King Darius ruled over governors, administrators, and officials, hundreds of them, managing every corner of the kingdom. But among all these powerful men, Daniel stood out. Why? Because Daniel wasn't just good at his job, he was exceptional, wise, honest, and the most loyal advisor you could ask for. It didn't matter how high Daniel climbed, he never cut corners, never played dirty, and never compromised his integrity. And guess what? King Darius noticed. He trusted Daniel so much that he was planning to promote him over the entire empire. That's right, second in command, right under the king. But you know how it goes. When someone shines a little too brightly in a room full of egos, well, jealousy creeps in. The other officials, men full of pride and ambition, couldn't stand Daniel. They wanted him out of the way, gone. They searched for dirt, scoured every corner of his life, hoping to find something, anything, to ruin him. And here's the crazy part. They found nothing. No scandals, no shady deals, not even a stray rumor. Daniel was squeaky clean. So if they couldn't take him down for something wrong, they'd have to trap him for doing something right. The schemers gathered, whispering their plan in dark corners. Then, with flattery dripping off their tongues like honey, they approached the king. "O mighty King Darius, live forever," they said. "Why not make a royal decree, one that says for the next 30 days no one in your kingdom can pray to any god or man except you, and if anyone disobeys, they'll be thrown into the lion's den." Now, Darius wasn't a bad guy, but let's just say his ego wasn't exactly small. The idea of everyone worshiping him, yeah, it appealed to him. So without thinking it through, Darius signed the decree into law. And in those days, the law signed by the king, it was permanent, unbreakable, irreversible. When Daniel heard about the decree, he didn't panic. He didn't argue. He didn't even try to hide. Instead, he went straight to his room, opened the windows facing Jerusalem, and prayed, just as he always had, 3 times a day, loud and clear. Why? Because the Daniel faith wasn't something you only practiced when it was convenient. It wasn't a bargaining chip or a part-time commitment. It was who he was. A relationship with God that no law, no king, and no threat of lions could shake. And sure enough, the officials were watching. Like snakes in the grass, they slithered to the king with their evidence. "King Darius, didn't you sign a decree that no one can pray to any god or man except you? Because guess what? Your precious Daniel, he's been praying to his God." Now here's the part that surprises me. When King Darius heard this, he wasn't angry. He was devastated. He respected Daniel. He liked Daniel. And it hit him like a rock to his chest. He'd been played. The king spent the entire day searching for a way to save Daniel. He checked the laws. He looked for loopholes. But the officials? Oh, they were there to remind him, over and over, that the law couldn't be undone. Finally, with a heavy heart, King Darius gave the order. Imagine the scene. Daniel being led to the mouth of the lion's den. The stone door groaning open to reveal the hungry beasts pacing inside. Before Daniel was lowered into the darkness, the king said something remarkable. "May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you." Then they sealed the den with a massive stone, locking Daniel inside. And Darius? He went back to his palace, but he couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep. He spent the entire night agonizing, asking himself over and over, "What have I done?" At the first crack of dawn, the king ran into the lion's den. Out of breath, he shouted into the darkness, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God rescued you?" And then, against all odds, came the answer. "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. They have not harmed me, because I was found innocent in his sight." Can you imagine the king's relief? He ordered Daniel to be lifted out, and when they checked him, not a single scratch was on him. Faith had triumphed. But the story doesn't end there. Those officials who conspired against Daniel, well, let's just say that their plan backfired in the worst way. They were thrown into the lion's den themselves, and this time the lions didn't hesitate. King Darius, now in awe of Daniel's God, issued a new decree to the entire empire. Everyone must fear and revere the God of Daniel, for he is the living God who rescues and saves. His kingdom will never be destroyed. Think about that. Because of Daniel's faith, because he stood firm, the entire empire heard about the power of God. So what do we take from this? Daniel's story isn't just about surviving a night with lions. It's about standing strong when the world tries to tear you down. It's about knowing that God has your back, even when the odds seem impossible. Faith like Daniel's? It's not just for ancient times. It's for right now, for you. Because courage and conviction can still move mountains and shut the mouths of lions. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs a little courage today. And remember, no matter how tough life gets, your faith can carry you through. See you next time.